She was on a great first date with a guy. Then he admitted to cheating on his ex-wife. And now she's wondering, is this a big old red flag? Is it a one-off? Should I ditch or date him?
Should I ditch? Should I date? Go for seconds on my plate. We went out, but I have doubt. Can you help figure it out? Should I kick him to the curb? Or would that just be absurd? Jump him now, or should I wait? It's the Bert Show's ditch or date.
Yeah, infidelity goes on your permanent record.
It does?
Goes on your permanent record, man. Not in the relationship that it actually happened in, but anybody that knows about it too. That goes on your permanent record. Mo's got the email.
I recently went on a first date with a guy that I'm really into. The date went well, and we had a great time getting to know each other. However, towards the end of the night, he dropped a bombshell on me. He admitted that he cheated on his ex-wife. I was taken aback by his honesty and didn't really know how to react. On one hand, I appreciated that he was upfront with me about his past. But on the other hand, I couldn't help but feel uneasy about it. I mean, who admits to something like that on a first date?
Yeah,
Somebody that
pause.
doesn't want a second date?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I would think. I don't know why you would admit that one.
too much info.
I mean, I am the definition of TMI. I do it every day. But to be on a first date and to disclose that you cheated on your ex-wife, that, like, how does that even come up in conversation?
And we get paid for TMI.
Yeah.
Like
that
a
is
lot
very-
of the conversations we have with each other, we would never have off the show
No.
with strangers. I would.
Ever since I started taking my Lexapro, I have no control.
I'm really curious. I know this is going to take us on another path, but we'll continue with this email too. Like, what is the strangest thing somebody revealed to you on a first date?
Oh, I can't wait.
1-855-BERT show, because this is not first date
I
material.
mean, is he
right?
just sitting there eating like his mashed potatoes and all of a sudden it's just like, I cheated on my ex-wife?
That question does come up, though. Like, because sometimes you'll ask, how'd your last relationship end on a first date? And so it's kind of casual. You just don't expect them to go, well, I cheated on my wife.
Right, you're going to lie about
You
that.
lie about it like normal people.
Yeah, it just didn't work.
Unless you want to, like, you know what, I just want to start completely clean, right? And you're taking it to an extreme. And I'm just going to say everything, even the messy parts on the very first date.
I was going to say, if you lied and then later found out that the guy you're dating lied to you about cheating on his ex and lied to you about why they broke up, I would feel some kind of way. I'll be like, you lied. You don't owe me that much brutal truth, but you lied to me.
On the first date?
No, like down the line. And then he's like, oh, backtracking, I cheated on my ex. And I'd be like, oh, you guys, you told me you just parted ways mutually. You cheated on her, so you lied to me. You lied to my face.
Yeah, on the first date, I would own that.
1-855-BERT show, the strangest thing somebody revealed to you. Like,
No, I already
on the first date.
I already see one.
We bailing off of the email?
Oh, I already see number. Yeah, don't let number one go.
All right, hold on. Hey, Jennifer?
Yes.
All right, Kristen says this is too good to let go, so go for it. What do you have?
So I went on a recently new divorce, and I went on my first date about a month ago. And this guy took me to the Texas Roadhouse, and we had a couple drinks, and then we were talking, and out of nowhere, he's like, I just want you to know I don't pay child support. This guy had 2 ex-wives and 5 kids.
Okay, why would he volunteer that as though he was like bragging about it?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm a single mom of 2,
Yeah.
and I'm like, did you really just say that to me? Needless to say, the date was over.
Yeah, know your audience,
Wow.
bro.
Yeah. Read the room.
There's plenty more calls to take. Thank you, Jennifer. Appreciate it.
Oh, wow.
You want to finish that email?
Yeah.
Then I'll get to these calls. These are crazy.
Part of me thinks that he might have wanted to get it out of the way before I found out later on. But the other part of me wonders if he's just not ashamed of what he did, so he had no problem admitting it. I don't want to judge him too harshly for something he did in the past, but cheating is a big deal to me.
There's so many other things you can talk about on a first date. You literally don't know anything about each other that you can talk about that isn't about how your past relationships ended.
So I'm kind of nervous about him. Should I go on a second date with him or not? I'm really conflicted. If you were someone who cheated, do you feel the need to admit that to a new relationship, especially on a first date?
No.
Or would you only admit it if you don't think it's a big deal? That's a good question. I really like this guy, and I don't want to write him off based on one mistake he made in the past. At the same time, I don't want to set myself up for heartbreak if he's not truly sorry for what he did. I'm sure there are people out there who have cheated and regretted it, but I'm also aware that there are those who don't see anything wrong with it. How do I know which one he is?
But in the moment when he when he says that, you would say, yeah, I made a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I cheated on my ex-wife. I shouldn't have, blah, blah, whatever. Like you go ahead and admit it, but then you also acknowledge and take accountability for the fact that your actions were wrong and what you did was wrong. If he didn't do that, then hell no, I wouldn't go on a second date with him. I would ditch him so fast.
Here's Olivia. Olivia, good morning. Strangest thing somebody revealed to you on a first date.
Good morning. So a guy told me that the only way that he can cry is to listen to victim impact statements. So when he needs a good cry, he will go to YouTube and look up victim impact statements for really intense crimes that have happened.
Whoa.
That is twisted.
That's
Oh my
dope.
God, goosebumps. That's like sociopathic behavior.
That is so dark.
You're literally
Yikes.
reveling in someone else's misery, or you're using someone else's misery for your own gain.
Dang, you marry this guy?
No, definitely not. We did not go on a second date.
Yeah.
I ditched him.
Smart woman.
Why would you volunteer that?
If you don't think anything's wrong with it, he obviously thought that was a perfectly okay thing to do.
I don't feel emotions, so to make myself cry, I go and listen to other people's horrifying tales of trauma.
That is so bizarre.
I appreciate you telling me that on the first date, so I can run. Right. No, thank you. Share that.
Please.
Yes.
Gotta go. All right, so for just really quickly around the room, does she ditch this guy or date him?
Ditch, and it's not even so much about the cheating, it's the fact that he admitted it on the first date.
I'd say ditch because it does seem as if he shared this like he doesn't see anything wrong with it at all.
Ditch.
I say date.
Of
Give
course
him a
you do.
chance. He's being honest.
Because who else is out there? Guys who go listen to victim statements to make themselves cry.
Just turn me around. Date that man.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get way more of The Bert Show on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.